That's a great question that everybody asks me. I've been with the Miami-Dade Police Department for 25 plus years. I started when I was 21 years old. I grew up in Miami-Dade County. I went to school in Miami-Dade County, and I always wanted to be a police officer. And I'm glad that I joined the Miami-Dade Police Department because it gave me the opportunity to do a lot of different activities, a lot of different services. So when I was a police officer, I worked up in the North End, and then I was a gang detective at our headquarters. I got promoted to sergeant, and I was in charge of investigations up in Carol City. And then I got promoted to lieutenant, and I was in training for many, many years doing professional development training. At the same time, I went back to school and got my master's degree from FIU and my law degree from Nova Southeastern University. I got promoted to captain. I was a captain for several months and immediately promoted to major, where I was a major for 8 years. I was in charge of the Northwest District as its commander, the commander for the town of Miami Lakes, the commander for the Court Services Bureau, for the Warrant Services Bureau, and for Special Victims Bureau, which was my last assignment before I retired after 25 years. From there, I started my own law practice, and every year has grown to currently 13 members. And that gives me a different perspective that no other candidate has, which is real life experience, owning your own business, being a practicing attorney, and living in the community, now being on the receiving end of police services and understanding where the issues are with our police department. So for that reason alone, I got the support from the Fraternal Order of Police, which is the largest police union in Miami-Dade County. That's another great question because I get asked that on a regular basis. And what I tell people is, you're gonna have candidates that are gonna give you a plan. I'm gonna tell you what I have done in my career and what has worked. We need to give our district commanders the authority to have a direct relationship with the community. And what I mean by that, when I was in charge of Northwest District and I was in charge of the town of Miami Lakes, I made it a habit, and I don't want to say habit, I made it a purpose of mine to get to know all the stakeholders in the community. I made it a purpose to get to know all the business owners, to get to know all the politicians in that area, and to get to know all the pastors. Why? We need to have better communications with our districts, with our community members. We need to have a better communications with our businesses, because the businesses with us will help give services back to the community. For example, Walmart will give us turkeys for turkey giveaways, or school books for the beginning of the school year for kids that didn't have money. We need to have relationships with our pastors that will help us when there's an issue that arises in the community, and we need to have a relationship with our politicians to be able to work together to make our community safer. Now, our community is 3 million people throughout Miami-Dade County. That's why I say that the district should have a more direct relationship with the community, because each district brings a different set of issues. So I will give my district commanders the authority to be able to deal with their communities directly, to have a better link with the community. When I was working in the training bureau, we had a situation where we had 5 shootings in a 30-day period involving the mental health person. And that's where the CIT program was created, in order to create a program to teach our officers how to better deal with the mental illness. And we implemented that throughout the whole county. As police officers, what we need to do is continue that training, so our officers not only know how to deal with someone who is in crisis, but there's other areas too. For example, somebody who's autistic. How do we deal with autistic kids? How do we deal with someone who's having a diabetic shock that appears drunk, but reality needs medical attention? So this all comes down to making sure that our training programs are there to give our officers the tools that they need to do their job, but to make sure our community is safe. Absolutely not. And the reason why I say absolutely not is because our community is very diverse. There's a lot of members of our community that come from different parts of the world who don't trust the police officers, and we need to change that. We need to have a direct relationship with the community where they feel comfortable in calling the police when they need help, calling the police when they become victims, and being witnesses to crimes they observe. If we go out there and try to round up undocumented individuals in our community, we're going to lose that trust and we're going to lose that communication. But what I do believe in is if you commit a crime, it doesn't matter if you're a citizen or not citizen, you will be going to jail. And I will be using any laws in my disposal to make sure you stay in jail. And that includes illegal immigrants who commit crime. The diversity. One of the benefits I've had in the last year while I've been campaigning is driving all throughout Miami-Dade County and speaking to all the diverse members of our community. Everyone gives you a different perspective. Miami-Dade County is one of the few cities around the world that has major sports, that has beaches, that has diversity, has great restaurants, has great people, and I love living here.